Hi, it's Helen from Heritage Garden Seeds, and in this video I'm going to show you how to sow Pak Choi Vivid Choi. Now, Vivid Choi is a very unique type of Pak Choi. It grows in an upright fashion and it has vivid pink and purple stems. So it's a real showstopper and just something a little bit different to grow in your garden. So let's get sowing. So I'm going to sow my Vivid Choi seeds into module trays like this, but you can also direct sow. So if you want to direct sow, obviously make sure your growing area is weed free, and then you just want to make a shallow drill into the ground and lightly scatter your seeds along the length of the drill, backfill with soil and keep the area well watered. But like I say, I'm going to sow in modules. So I have got these module trays here. Now I'm just going to do this half because I've already sown this half with something else. So I filled the cells with compost, and as I was filling it, I was just rubbing the compost between my hands just to remove any large clumps and lumps of soil. So we're just going to make a little dimple into each module, like so. So it is up to you how you want to sow your Vivid Choi. You might want to grow baby leaves, in which case I would sow 5 to 7 seeds per cell. And if you want to grow larger plants, then sow a couple of seeds per cell and then thin to the strongest seedling once those seeds have germinated. So I'm going to do a few modules for baby leaves. So like I say, we're going to sow around 5 to 7 seeds per cell. Doesn't have to be exact, so don't overthink it. Just sow a couple of seeds. And then for larger plants, we're just going to do 2 seeds per cell. And then once the seeds germinate, we will thin out to the strongest one. And all that means is we're just going to remove the weakest seedling. And it will be obvious which is the weakest seedling because it will just be smaller. So then we're just going to cover those with a thin layer of compost. And then lightly water. I'm then just going to pop my little plant label in so I know what I have sown. So I'm going to pop my tray into the greenhouse at home. Now it is August, so all of the vents and doors and everything are open on my greenhouse. And if you don't have a greenhouse, just pop them somewhere sheltered but sunny, and your seeds should germinate within around 2 weeks. Once your seeds germinate, then like I say, for the larger plants, you're going to remove the weakest seedling, and then we're just going to keep the module trays well watered as the seedlings grow. And then once they're a few centimeters tall and have developed a couple of sets of true leaves, then we will look to transplant those into their growing positions in the ground. And when we plant them out, we want to space them around 20 centimeters apart. So Vivid Choi is an oriental style leaf, so it does not like being in the warm heat of summer, and it much prefers cooler temperatures, but it will not tolerate a frost. So if you're sowing towards the end of the summer like we are now, it is now the 8th of August. So if you're sowing now, do keep an eye on those temperatures as they start to drop. And if there's any sign of frost, then do make sure you cover your plant with fleece or a cloche. You can also grow in a greenhouse or polytunnel if you have those too. And that will just help you to extend the season that little bit more. And if the weather stays on our side, then you could be harvesting baby Vivid Choi leaves in as little as 3 weeks. And hopefully, if you're looking for more mature plants and bigger plants, even as little as 4 to 6 weeks. So let's keep praying that we have lots of lovely sunshine over the next month or so that we can enjoy these delicious leaves. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, and please do let me know if you have any questions. I'm always happy to help.